Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, September 6th. It is 6:22 right now. Market's gonna open in about 8 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick, and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update, and we should be good to go. All right, looks good. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, looks good. So as people join in, I'm gonna go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. It's gonna mark up the closest levels. Really no need to go super far out. Down to the 30-minute, down to the 15-minute, down to the 10-minute, down to the 5-minute, down to the 1-minute. And it looks like we are good to go. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, September 6th. It is 6:25 right now. Market's going to open up in about 5 minutes. I've marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity above is at 40,877, and the closest level below is at 40,822. As you guys can see, we had NFP today this morning. Explains the crazy spike in price right there. So 5:30 is only one news event for today. And you can see price here has kind of just died down a little bit since. So we got NFP right there. Going over here to our, I believe this is our clean chart. Come back and take a look at that later. Here is our SR chart. Let's see if I can mark up some SR zones real quick. It's a little spread out. All right. Let's see, make some adjustments here. A few more adjustments right here. All right. So looking at this here, let me go back to the 1 minute. There's not really any, or actually there are. Okay, so we have the zones over here marked up. Going over to our 10-minute move over here, it's going to be a buy for the day, guys. You guys are looking to take the 100-point move. Here are the zones over here for the SR. You guys can see it's pretty clear where price is rejecting from. We have the support right here, resistance up here. Kind of lines up over here with the normal levels. For the levels here, it's a little closer at the 850 and the 800. And then this is our main chart over here. Where we have liquidity kind of above at 877 and lower level over here at 822. All right, guys, we got market opening up in about less than 2 minutes. So if you guys are going for that 100-point move, it's going to be a buy today. Let's see, we got market opening up in about 50 seconds. $40 till market open. $30. Let's see if we have any more news for today. We just have some low impact news coming up over here at 7. Market opening up in about 15 seconds. 10 seconds till market open. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Market is now open.
Order filled.
So let me go over here real quick. I'll come back and take a look at this later. So here's our main chart. As you guys can see, price isn't really moving very much. Market is now open though, but there's not really much movement. Let's see where this takes us. So I think price will be bullish today. It's probably going to take some time for it to swing out. There we go, as it comes right back up. It's right at the sessions though, so it's going to have trouble getting up, it looks like. We got price climbing right now. Wouldn't necessarily take this for an entry. It is a market flow entry, but I'm not going to take it, of course, because it's right at the sessions right there, that purple line, Asia high. See where this goes. It just hit liquidity here. So the first level of liquidity right there got hit. It was a full TP. And then the second level over here as well got hit right there. So if you guys took any of those levels of liquidity, full TP on both, our 100-point move is running here in profit. Let's see, the TP is at 4,977. 4,977. It's pushing up and past. I think I may have gotten in at, actually, no. That's where it's supposed to be. 40.77. All right, let's leave it as is. We'll come back to this shortly. The 100-point move is currently running in profit. If you guys want to move your stop loss in profit, feel free to move it up now. I'll leave it as is, just let the trade breathe. But here's our trade over here. First TP hit for the liquidity. Now it's hitting the next level of liquidity right here. It's a bit overextended, so I'd probably be a little careful with the liquidity right here. If you guys want to take it, feel free, but like I said, it's a little overextended here at the point. I want to get this NFP candle out of the way. There we go. The NFP candle is kind of messy right there. I think my TP hit on my top step already because I got in at better entry, but we'll just continue to follow it here. So if you guys moved your stop loss and profit, looks like you guys are good. We got price coming back down for the retest. May have a possible market flow entry right here. If it swings back up. All right, so.
Order submitted.
All right, full TP right there for the market flow.
Order filled.
There we go. You guys caught that market flow right there. I said if price swings back up, market flow. I don't think I got in for the full move, but I got in for the most part where it should have been at. Looks good right there. Top step just hit its full TP as well.
Order filled.
There we go. Full TP on that right there. So full TP on both moves, guys. Nice way to kick off the NFP day. I'll keep looking for entries here. I'm not sure if I'm going to force any entries though, because like I said, it's a little bit of a crazy day today because if it's NFP and it's Monday. So I'll keep looking for entries here, but not really going to force anything. Those are two good back-to-back wins right there. Pretty solid. All right, back-to-back wins right there for the market flow entry. So in order for me to have another market flow entry, like I said, I'm looking for like one solid entry per day, maybe two if it's possible, but there goes a market flow entry right there. I'll screenshot that and also screenshot the, I just don't want to get caught in like the consolidation after 7 o'clock, but pretty good way to kick off the, or basically end the trading week if that's all I get for the day. So the market flow entry came up right there. That was at 6:33, perfect entry. I think there was some slippage on my account, but it's okay. Full TP on that. And then for the 100-point move right here as well, full TP. So pretty smooth. You know what I've been using is I've been using another Confluence, guys, for that. I looked over here at the momentum divergence. I saw over here that it was pretty much bullish on all the lower time frames, also bullish on the higher time frames. So I'm just adding confluences to it. So, obviously the more confluences, the better, plus the fundamentals. I said this earlier this week. I said it's going to be bullish at the end of the week and did exactly that. I've been trading for a long time now, so I could kind of, I don't want to say predict, but I can anticipate what's going to happen for specific NFP days. We have the interest rates coming down. So everything just points to the upside. Obviously, earlier this week, there was a scare for a lot of people. The drop happened earlier, but for the most part, pretty much killed it. So David over here locked in 939 for the day, all wins. Nice work, David. I'll take let me see a screenshot of this here. Where's my Top Step account? Okay, I'll just do this. I don't need to screenshot the whole thing. There we go. So let's see. Find stuff on my laptop. Let me see if I could. I screenshotted my Apex accounts. Okay, let me just screenshot this real quick too. It's just easier to Oh, duh. I'm gonna hide my Apex account numbers. There we go. Okay, so these are my profits net. So including the commissions and fees, of course. So I'll keep looking for entries here, guys. But again, like I said, we need to have a sell signal come up. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to take this as another market flow, just an original market flow, you guys can. But for me personally, I'm going to wait for another buy signal to come up. If it doesn't come up, then there's no point of entry. And I'm probably not going to be looking for any more entries past 7 because it looks like the volatility here is starting to slow down a little bit. But anyways, here are my profits for the day. So here is my top step account where I took that 100-point move. I locked in 1,491, full TP right there. And then here is my profits for Apex. So not too bad. I locked in a little more on my personal account. So let me put up the calculator real quick. So let's see, 385 times 20 plus on my personal account locked in 490. Okay, so there are my profits from my Apex. And then for this right here, plus my top step 491. Okay, there we go. So we had 2 trades for the day. If you guys are just joining in, perfect. We got the sell signal right there. If you guys are just joining in, we had 2 trades that came up for the day. We had this entry over here for a market flow. Price came down, bounced off the pivot, shot right back up for a full TP with basically no drawdown. And then we had the 100-point move over here that kind of pulled back a little bit on open, and then it shot all the way up to its TP for 100 points. So 2 back-to-back wins right there, about 115 points in profit total. Here are my profits. So locked in 1,500 for my top step, and then about 7,000 over here on the Apex account. You can see these are all my PA accounts. I have 20 funded PA accounts with Apex. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 times whatever. There's more profits right here. I'm not going to, it's just a lot of work for me to add that all up. So I'm just going to give the total of like the smaller amount. So a total profit of 9,681, 8,950 on Apex, and then 1,500 on Top Step. Keep looking for another entry here, but again, I'm not going to force any entries here if it's not going to show up. So that's a key thing, guys. So like, I've told you this whole month and last month was kind of choppy. So when the market's moving smooth like it did right here on open, this is what I'm waiting for. So in the fall months, this is how the market typically moves. I just don't want to be trading right here in a sideways market. See how the market's coming back down? So initially right here, this is where we took our trade. This is perfect because we want to trade in a trending market. Right here, price is starting to pull back. So now it's going to start to range, right? This is typical for summer markets. It's nothing new, nothing different. We've been dealing with this for the past, basically 3 months now. So I'll look for some entries, but again, I'm not going to force anything because I don't want to be break even for the day. We had a pretty great week so far. We had 3 100-point moves that were full TPs, and we had 1 loss. So basically, net win of 2 wins for the 100-point move, 100-point breakout, and then I think 1 net win for market flow because we had a break-even day yesterday, and yeah, I think we're net 1. So win, win, loss. Yeah. So we're net positive on both strategies. For the market flow, we had 1 win today, 1 win yesterday, 1 loss yesterday. And that is about it, I think. Yeah, so it's been a pretty good week. I mean, pretty decent week for a holiday week. For one, it was a holiday week, and then for two, it's NFP week. So volatility is pretty decent. The ATR right now is currently at 40, so there is volatility in the market. We'll just see if there's direction. Volatility doesn't necessarily translate to direction, right? There could be volatile movement, but not necessarily direction. We need both. We need direction and we need volatility. Nice. Jamie just passed 250K eval. Nice work, Jamie. Congrats. I know you've been working on those for a while. Jamie's been killing it with the liquidity pushes, so great work to Jamie. I know you've been talking with William. Both of you guys have been killing it with the liquidity pushes. Liquidity pushes have just been hitting pretty much every time for the past it's been a while now, for basically all summer. You just have to be very selective of which liquidity push you want to take. Basically, the liquidity pushes on open are usually the best ones because there's a lot of volatility there. The ones later, not so much because you kind of get stuck on the sideways move, right? CJ said off to a great start today. Yeah, I know, right? Perfect for today. Solid for the market conditions you've been stuck with. Let's see, Jason said, hey, done for the day. Did the same thing yesterday. Said a buy stop and sell stop before opening. News at 7:30. Definitely, yeah. That was perfect, Jason. Jason did the same thing he did yesterday, locked in a quick profit. He just kind of followed my move here. We were taking the buy. He had a buy stop up there. When it hit TP, he pretty much rode it up even higher. So we have a pending buy signal here. If this buy signal closes, you can look for a possible retracement, continuation to the upside. If you're looking for that market flow, we do need the buy signal here, though. So until there's a buy signal, there's not going to be an entry. All right, let's see. All right, so pretty decent profit so far, guys. I guess I could take a screenshot of my. I guess I could do this over here too. Just need to. There we go. Just trying to figure out where everything's at. This is my first time traveling with my trade setup, so it's well with my new trade setup with the new laptops for NinjaTrader, so it's kind of hard for me to understand where everything's at. Okay, here. So here are my actual profits, like the gross plus net. If you add the gross, it's a little more. So I just posted in the Discord, guys. Here's all my accounts here on NinjaTrader. I just did my trade of eights here because it was easier, but I figured out how to take my screenshot here on my Ninja. So this is my personal account up here, locked in 490, close to 500. I was supposed to make 500 on that trade, but because of slippage, I got out at like 490. So this is my personal account, and the rest of the accounts down here are my Apex accounts. So 20 PA accounts on Apex, and then my personal account right here, 490. Still no buy signal. Okay, so we do have the buy signal right here. Again, I'm gonna look for some volatility here to actually, push price. I don't want to take it without direction. So if this right here swings back up, this will be a possible entry for market flow. I'm not really sure if I'm going to take it yet, guys, because like I said, I'm pretty satisfied with my performance for this week. I don't really want to risk anything more because it is NFP week. But if you guys want to take it, I'll mark it up for you guys here. If I do plan on taking it, I'll give you guys a heads up. But as of right now, I'm not really planning on taking this specific entry because we are getting closer to 7 o'clock. And like I said earlier, 7 o'clock is where the market volatility starts to die down. I don't want to be trading in a range. That's why it looks like price is starting to range right here. That's why I'm a little more cautious with my entries because I'm pretty much satisfied with my wins for today. I think I did pretty solid with my overall profit. My main goal here is to trade less. There was no entry right there, so it never pushed up to fill. There's still opportunity here for a market flow. So if you're looking for a market flow here, again, we need price to come back down. bounce off the pivot, and swing back up. There's an area of liquidity right here that I just marked up. So the liquidity just got filled, and it's pushing up in profit right now. So this will be this is a liquidity push, and then on top of that, this could be a possible high-low scalp. So if this candle breaks and closes past this higher high, this will be considered a high-low scalp. For me personally, I'm only sticking to market flow entries, so there hasn't been a market flow entry on here yet. But I'll be looking for it. Nice. So let's see. So we got Paradise Trade over here. Good morning, Sean. Thank you for all your help. Just passed one take profit account and 3 top step accounts this week. Nice. Solid. So you guys are killing it this week. It looks like a lot of you guys here are doing pretty well. I mean, it's pretty good for NFP week. So the liquidity push right here just hit full TP, guys. If you guys took that, nice work. If you guys didn't, that's completely fine. Yeah, I was just reading this message here. Morning, Sean. Thank you for all your help. Just passed one take profit account and 3 top step accounts this week. Solid. So we got a couple people here with passive. Big congrats to Jamie. She passed her 250K accounts, and then we got Paradise over here locked in 4 accounts total. One take profit and 3 top step accounts this morning. Nice work, guys. If you guys have profits to post up, feel free to send them in. I posted my profits already so far. There's still no entries here for a market flow. There's the high-low scalp here didn't close yet. So there's no high-low scalp here yet. The liquidity did hit, so I'm going to take this off. Again, if you guys are looking for a market flow entry, you look for price to retrace down, bounce off the pivot, and swing back up. It hasn't came up yet. Looking at the current market movement, I'm not really confident with the direction of price right now. I know it is climbing up, but it's climbing up very slowly. So I need I need price to push up, retrace, come back up higher. This is making a slow snail climb to the upside. And this is what kind of trips me out a little bit, like when I see it happen, because whenever you start to see this slow snail movement, you know a breakout's going to happen, right? So this is why I'm a little cautious with my entries, because I hate being in entries that go sideways like this. Because if you enter a position and it goes sideways, it can really break out either way, right? It can break out, hit your stop loss first, or it can push up and go straight to your TP. I don't like trading at risk like that. I want to trade when the market is moving smoothly, right? Push up, retrace, push up, retrace, push up. So a possible market flow right here, if anybody is looking to take that, there's a pending sell signal on it. Again, I'm not going to take this trade because I don't want to be trading in a consolidating market. Right now, price is consolidating sideways within this range. And I'm not really here to take that risk. I'm pretty happy with my profits for the day, so I'll watch it for you guys, but I'm not going to take it myself. Still hasn't filled yet. Yeah, Daniel over here said the momentum is teasing a possible triple confluence. I agree. Daniel still got his 30. Have a good weekend, everyone. So, all right, Daniel, we'll see you back here on Monday. This market flow entry still hasn't filled yet. Still pending, does not look like it's going to fill. Sell signal just came up, so there's no entry there. Now you have to wait for the next buy signal to come up. If you guys are just joining in, we had 2 trades for the day, 2 official trades basically. We had 1 trade over here for a market flow that hit full TP, and then our 100-point move over here also hit full TP. So 2 back-to-back wins for the day, and 2 net positive wins for the breakout entry. So that's 200 points, and then 1 market flow entry, which brings it to basically three net wins for this week. It's been a pretty good week for the breakout entry. We had 1 win on Tuesday, 1 win on Wednesday, 1 loss yesterday, and then 1 win today. So net win of 2 wins. And that's typically how that strategy pans out. It's usually a 1 to 2 net win strategy. All right, we got another buy signal here pending. So if this buy signal here closes, may have opportunity here for a market flow. We didn't have a market flow off this buy signal because price never swung back up, but we may have one over here. Again, we're getting closer to 7 o'clock right here. We have low impact news at 7, but typically around 7, the volatility starts to die down. It's already started to die down right here, as you guys can see. We had some nice volatility here at 6:30 when market opened, and then started to range here for a little bit, and then now it's starting to consolidate. Going over here to our SR chart. So I drew up the SR zones pre-market. As you can see, I pretty much just left them here. So I drew them up from the 10-minute time frame. Price is respecting these zones perfectly. So I'll keep doing this in the morning so that you guys can see the market structure. The market structure helps a lot because you can kind of see where price is going to bounce. So like, for example, if price comes down lower, you can expect it to bounce off one of these structures because we do have a bullish bias. Buy signal there still didn't close. Here's a levels chart. I mean, it's pretty clear. There's not really much movement here. It's really just consolidating within this area right here. So you can see here, push up, fake out, come back down, push down, fake out, and it just keeps going sideways right here. So it's not really too much here to work with. Like I said, we're getting closer to 7 o'clock. This is the market we don't want to trade in. So having this clean chart here is pretty useful because you can kind of see here where price is moving. Like earlier, we took the buy within this area. It was perfect because price was moving up pretty smoothly, right? We had price come up, retrace, come up higher. Since price got to this point right here, it's pretty much been consolidating. So the range is between these points right here. It's between the 50 and the 950. It's a 100-point range, pretty much normal. That's what we typically see. Turn off levels real quick. There you go. So you guys can see it's pretty clear right there. Consolidation sideways. All right, we're getting closer to 7 o'clock here, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm not going to be on this live session for very long. I don't want to have to FOMO into any trades here. If the volatility dies down, then I'm going to probably wrap it up a little earlier than usual this today. I have a plane to catch going back home today, so we got our profits for the day, so we're pretty much good. But if we see anything else here that works out, I'll take it. But as of now, I really need price to break out of this area. So I need it to break above or break below, and it needs to confirm too. So here's the thing that you guys want to be careful for. Even if price does break above or break below, the thing that you want to be careful for is the possible fake out. So if price does come below, be careful for the fake out and pull back into the range. Or if price pushes above, be careful for the. We've seen this happen pretty much every day for the past couple months. We're still in the summer market conditions right now, so there's no need to really force anything, if we're not getting any direction here. It's not that the strategies are not working, it's just that the market conditions are just not right for the type of strategy that we're applying. If you guys are not familiar with the strategies that we're doing, if you guys are new here, we trend, well, for me personally, I trend trade with momentum. You can't trend trade when price is consolidating. There are different ways to trade these types of markets. I personally don't trade them. I can teach you how to trade them because I've traded them in the past, but I personally don't like to counter trend trade. If you are trading a consolidating market, I think the best way to do it is to mark up structure like this. You can find structure by using any of my indicators, either the levels indicator or the SR indicator. Both of them work perfectly fine. And what you can do here is basically you can trade the fake outs. Ideally, you want to trade the V1 variation. So for example, right here, see how price came down to this point? See how there's a double body rejection right there? I'm gonna turn on the high-low indicator. See how there's a high-low right there? There's a higher low, double body rejection, fake out back into the range. And you can technically take this back to the upper range like that. So if you guys want to learn how to trade this way, I can teach you. I just personally don't trade that way. I've traded that way in the past. It does work well. I might have to make some adjustments and maybe even trade that way during the summer because what is this? This is like the eighth summer we've traded live. Markets always move this way. We typically do change to V1 variations during the summer, but I just didn't change this year. I just stuck to my trend trading. Had a lot of break-even weeks, break-even days. I'd rather be a break-even trader than a losing trader, of course. So for me personally, I just like sticking to my normal strategy, but I can show you how to trade different ways. So being on this trip kind of reminded me that I do like trading. People ask about trading, so I think when I get back from this trip, I'm gonna study for my hedge fund test to get my Series 3. Once I'm done with that, I'll go back into mentoring. So if you guys want to be mentored by me, I'll do one-on-one mentoring again. I stopped mentoring for a while. It's been a couple of years, I think, since I've mentored one-on-one. I've been doing group mentoring, but what I started to realize from the group mentoring is that not everybody's the same, right? Some people don't like trading my style, so I can teach you how to trade your style. You just gotta let me know what's your style. If you want to swing trade, if you want to day trade, if you want to scalp, if you want to trend trade, momentum trade, reversal trade, counter trend trade, that stuff. I've been trading for so long that I know how to trade a lot of different ways. But I think the way that I work best is if I mentor you or mentor whoever's in this group one-on-one. I think that's probably the best way to do it because I can kind of point you in the right direction and I can give you ideas. I can even create strategies for you that are just yours. Um, yeah, just want to give you guys that heads up because I know a lot of you guys have been asking if I'm going to mentor again, and I think I will. Once I get the hedge fund up and running, hopefully definitely by the end of this year, I'll start mentoring one-on-one again. So nothing's happening here, guys. Again, like I said, there's, the volatility here starts to die down around 7 o'clock. The range is ranging. So you guys can see the range here that I drew. Price is currently below this lower range right here. What I would tell you to look for, if you guys are looking for the counter trend trade or the consolidation type strategies, look for a V1 variation down here, right? V1, V2, V3 variation. This looks like a V3 variation right here, or a V2 variation. The lows with this red candle, turn on the high-low indicator. So we got the low with this red candle. If this green candle is engulfing like it is, so it is engulfing right there. This is an entry for possible continuation back into or reversal back into the range. Personally, I don't like trading this way, but it's probably going to swing back up into the range. So my assumption, if I was to take a bet, right? I don't like taking trades like this because I like trading with high probability. But if I was to assume, I'd assume some sort of fake out right here and pull back into the range. It might not push all the way back up, but I think it's going to push at least to the halfway mark for anyone who's looking for entry here. None of these criteria meet my criteria, so there's nothing for me to take here. There's news right here at the 7 o'clock candle. I'll mark this up pink. So we got market reacting to the news right there at 7 o'clock. It was total vehicle sales right here. Data hasn't came out yet. It's loading right now. So in this situation, I actually wouldn't take any entry here because it's right at the news candle. So the price here is going to react to the news, but again, I'm still expecting this to fake out and pull back into the range. Don't know exactly when it'll happen, but this is where it's going to be swinging up from. Let's see. William is asking, what will we do with your hedge fund? Trade people's money? Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of a hedge fund, William. It's managing people's money. That's that's kind of what the hedge fund does. So yeah, you pretty much just said exactly what I'd be doing. I'll be trading people's money. I'll be taking a percentage. So the way that the hedge fund would work, guys, I haven't really thought about pricing and stuff like that, but it's going to be like traditional. So Well, what I'm doing is not traditional. Okay, so there's different types of hedge funds, but they're all the same concept, right? It's a fund of money. Some person or some company or multiple individuals will trade the money, and then the profits are split. That's literally how it would work. There's different ways of doing it though. So the way that I'm doing it, it's called managed futures. So what I'll be doing is I'll be managing your account. So basically, you guys see my copier over here. And this is basically for people who don't want to trade, right? Or if you just want me to make money for you. So like basically you guys can see here my copier. I have my personal account, then I have my Apex accounts. This right here, when I start the hedge fund or the managed futures service, basically your account will just be added to my copier. So whenever I take a trade and I make profit, your account will take the trade. It'll make profit. So your account will be basically listed on here. I'll basically have like, like 100 accounts here instead of 20. And then everybody will make profit, and I'll take my percentage at the end of every month. So say for example, right now it's September 6th, right? Trade your account up until October. On October 1st, our split will happen. So whatever profit I made your account, you'll pay me 50% of that. You'll keep 50%, and we're all happy, right? On top of that, there'll be a service fee. So a service fee plus performance fee. So basically every month you'll pay a service fee for me to service your accounts. And then you also pay me my performance fee. The way I'm calculating it though is you're going to make profit. Like you're not going to make a ton of profit. Well, I mean, you might if you have a bigger account, but depending on your risk, you'll you'll make profit. Like the way I'm going to calculate the percentage split and the service fee, you're going to make profit. You're not going to make profit immediately, but within the first year for sure, you're going to make profit. I can't say for sure. There's no guarantees, but if my trading stays the way it's been going, then you should be making profit regardless of the fact. And I'm trading live every day, so you're going to see how your accounts are doing. Basically, by like 7 o'clock, 7:30, I'll probably be done trading for the day, and you'll see your net profit in your account. You'll have full access to your account. So I'm not going to be controlling your account. I'm just going to be adding it to my copier basically. And basically automatic profits for the most part. I don't want to say automatic profits, but if I win, you'll be winning, of course, as well. All right, so price is still kind of sitting around this area. I would still look out for the fake out. I know price hasn't shot back up yet, but I would still look out for the fake out right here. This could be a possible CV pattern. Let's see where the news is at. So the news still hasn't loaded for some reason. But you can see here that price kind of reacted to the news. The news happened right here at 7 o'clock. Price came down, sharply dropped right here. This is setting up for a CV pattern. So we have a low right here with a red candle, possible smaller green candle. If this closes as a small green candle, this is a CV pattern, and it'll probably continue climbing back up from here. It's got to close green though. Never mind. So no CV pattern there. This candle is lower than this one, so there's not going to be a CV right there. Again, this is a reason why I don't like trading consolidating strategies, right? I'd rather wait for the confirmation for it to break below and then continue climbing. In this situation, maybe I would look for a sell. Yeah, actually, no, I would. There's just a bunch of red flags right here. We have the sessions, we have the opening price. We do have liquidity sitting right here. So for me to take an entry, I would need price to basically climb down lower, retrace, and come back from here. But that's the difference between my trading style and, say, a counter trend trader. Like right here, we have the trend over here shifting a little bit. So now I would shift to sells instead of buys. If you're a counter trend trader, you can basically trade within the range. You can look for the fake outs or look for the reversals and then write it back up. And then same with the opposite direction. You see price come up, you see a fake out, you write it back down. Those are counter trend traders or zone traders. You can call it counter trend or zone. It's really up to you. If you draw the zones here, you can trade zone to zone. So if you guys remember my zone to zone strategy, I mean, it still works perfectly fine. You can see here how price broke and closed above the structure, and then it pushed up to the next structure, right? You can see over here how price came above, closed back below, pushed down to this structure. You can see how this candle over here broke and closed below this structure, You could have taken this for a sell, wrote it down to the next structure down here. So if you want to trade structure to structure, you can do that. This is pretty much similar to my SR zone strategy. I traded the strategy on the 4-hour time frame for quite some time. We traded this strategy for I think about 4 years, and it worked out perfect. It was just I didn't want to be on the charts for all day anymore. So again, right here, another zone to zone entry. So this could be a possible continuation to the downside. We got this candle broken close below the structure. Pretty sure there's a sell momentum up here. You can use different confluences. You can see if there's a double body, double wick rejection for reversal. So we had sell momentum, price broken close past structure. Actually, broken close right here. Broken close past structure. And a possible continuation to the downside. Target price point here is going to be the lower structure. So that's about it with that right there. Let's see, Williams said, yeah, that was stupid. I mean, how are you going to trade scalping or more long term? I'm going to be scalping this. Like I'm literally going to be doing what I'm doing here. And like I said, I'm just going to be adding you guys to the account. At some point in the future, there may be like different types of accounts. So I may be doing some longer term trades. The only problem with the like you can't do long term with futures, and you have to clear out every day. So I mean, you kind of just answered your own question right there too, William. It's impossible to do long term with futures because you can't hold on to the position at the end of market close. It's funny. All the questions you asked, they're kind of like they're kind of self-explanatory because you can't do long term with futures. You're forced to close it out by end of day. If you've ever taken a trade on your top step or Apex or anything like that, you'll see that they automatically close out your position like by 1:30 or 2 o'clock. So it's going to be scalping or day trading. Like there's two strategies here that I've been testing. So like I said, or not testing, but I've been doing market flow, of course, for the scalping entries, and then for the breakout, the 100-point move. This would be more considered more like leaning towards your aspect of long term, but you can't long term trade futures because they clear out at the end of the day. William says, as long as you don't do what I did. Yeah, no, I'm going to be pretty consistent. I'm not really changing anything. I'm doing the same way I've been trading for the years that have passed. And I'm just going to be adding people's accounts to my copier. That's literally what I'll be doing. Deswell's asking, what will be your starting balance? I don't have those details yet. So I don't have the specific details. It's probably going to be around like, I'd say on the very low end, it would probably be around like 10 to 15,000. On the ideal end, it's going to be around probably 25,000. Because you have to make money. Like you can't be trading like a $10 account or a $100 account, right? But like we have to be making money together. If we're not making money together with the hedge fund, there's not going to be a reason for there to be a profit split. Like I'm not going to take a trade and then you're paying like 1,000 a month in service fees and you're not making enough profit to cover, your expenses. So I think I would say around like 20, 25,000 with that size of an account, you can make about like 500 per win, taking low risk. So like, for example, if you were to, and guys, there's no entries here yet, so don't worry. You guys are not missing out on anything. So for example, if you're to make 500 per trade, and then say, for example, 3 trades per week, it's 1,500 per week. And then say this is consistent for like 4 weeks, make about 6,000 right there. So you'll make 6,000. The split's going to be 50%. So you basically make 3,000 net. And then on top of that, you'll pay your service fee, right? Which is going to be about 1,000. So your take home basically every month is going to be around 2,000. Then this is on the smaller end. This is like very low risk. 3 contracts per trade, make about 2,000 times 12. It's basically 24,000 in free money because you don't have to do anything. I'm basically just trading and you collect your profits at the end of each month. That's on the lower end, right? So if you're going to step it up, say for example, you want to step it up and you want to make 1,000 per day. make 1,000 per day times again like 3. That's 3,000 times 4. About 12,000 a month divided by 2. That's 6,000 a month right there, minus your service fee to make 5,000 per month in net profit times 12, 60,000 in basically free money. So you can see like the numbers change depending on like how much you're going to be putting in. So like obviously the more money you have in there, the more risk you're taking, more profit you'll make. But I'm not going to trade small accounts because it just wouldn't make sense because I have to pay fees for everything. Obviously, I have to manage it. I have to hire staff. It's a lot of there's expenses that go into it. All right, guys. So there's a buy signal right here. There's no entries. In order for us to take sells here, you need a sell signal. We don't have that sell signal yet. The sell signal may come, but as you can see over here, let me turn the levels back on. We have price now consolidating down here. So initially we had price consolidating up here. Price came down. Now it's consolidating down here. Another question from Deswell. He's asking, what platform are you accepting? It's probably going to be NinjaTrader only because I'm using NinjaTrader for myself. So for the most part, NinjaTrader only. I'm not going to be, you can't have an Apex account. I'm not doing any Apex accounts. You have to have like a personal account with actual money in it because I'm not going to be adding any funding companies to my copier. Of course, it's going to mess with my own relationship with Apex. So there's ways around it, but I'm not going to take that risk. Let's see. Let me scroll up real quick. Let's see. Vimal said, what will be the risk for the hedge fund? I mean, who owns the risk? What if we have a bad month on hedge? Sorry, Vimal, let me reread your question. So what will be the risk? Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be risk. Well, there's not going to be a guarantee. You can't guarantee anything in a hedge fund. You could lose all your money. It's really up to you what your risk what you want your risk to be, right? If you want to risk more money, if you want to risk more percentage, then you can do whatever you want. You just tell me what to adjust your risk to. If you have a bad month, you have a bad month. I'm not going to refund you like, hey, Vimal, I lost $1,000. Here's $1,000 because you lost. There's no guarantees. That's how hedge funds work. So there's always going to be a risk with the hedge fund. Hedge funds are alternative investments, right? You can go and do a safe investment if you want to open like a high yield savings account or something like that, make, a 1% or 2%, even 5% a year. But if you're trading with a hedge fund, you're doing an alternative investment. You're trying to make money. So like that's why hedge funds are risky. That's why people don't typically invest in hedge funds. It's an option, but you don't have to invest in it. So there's no guarantees in like it's like yourself, Amal, like you as a trader, there's no guarantee. Like you become a trader, there's no guarantee you're gonna make it in trading. You take the risk by learning how to trade and funding your own account and trading it yourself. Same with the hedge fund, or not even just my hedge fund, like any hedge fund in general. You're basically putting your trust in the hedge fund manager, which is going to be me. And if you make profit, great. If you don't make profit, then that's the risk that you take. Let's see. Vimal said, but trading on my risk is low to nil. But trading on a hedge fund is different, I assume. Sorry, Vimal, I'm like confused with your question. Because I'm literally trading the same way. So here, let me just clear it up. I feel like there's like you guys are kind of overcomplicating a little bit. I'm gonna trade the same way I'm trading. You guys see my profits every day, right? I'm not doing anything different. Everything that I'm doing here is the same. It's just your account is going to be added to my copier. So yeah, trading is not going to change. It's not going to be a different strategy. It's not going to be anything different. Whatever I'm doing here on the live, I trust the strategies and I trust my trading style. That's why I'm taking it on my own account, right? If I didn't trust the strategy, I wouldn't take it on my own personal account. Maybe just on my Apex, but I trade it with my own actual money. So it's not really going to change anything. It's going to be the same. Everything is the same. It's just you're going to be added to my copier. But again, it's not for everyone, right? If you trust in my trading and you think I'm going to do well, then of course you can invest in it. But if you don't, then you can just keep trading yourself. But the fees aren't going to be cheap, of course. Like, the hedge funds are not they're not openly available to everyone. You have to have money to invest with with the hedge fund. All right, so let's see over here real quick. So that zone to zone entry here that I marked out for you guys. So I marked this up about like 5-10 minutes ago. Played out perfect, went straight to its full TP. Thanks, CJ, for the heads up. So again, if you guys want to learn the strategy, I can teach you the strategy. It's not a hard strategy. It's actually really simple. It's just yeah, the strategy is not as consistent. Well, I mean, it is pretty consistent. It's just it's a different type of trading style. So maybe I'll have another window here. If the market stays slow like this, I'll have another window here and I'll just mark up the zone entries on the zone chart. I think that's doable because we have the main chart here. We have the clean chart here, the levels, and then I can have the zone chart right here as well. And of course, the 100-point move right here as well. See, yeah. So Vimal said, I meant to say when I trade on Apex, my risk is low. I spend about $350 a month, which I'm okay to accept, but trading on a hedge, I risk 25,000, which is my real money. Yeah, no, exactly. Definitely. That's that's literally the difference. So like the whole aspect with Kodi Kai is you can either learn how to trade, put in the work and do it yourself with low risk, or if you don't want to do the work and you just want to trust in my own trading and you want me to trade for you, then you'd have that option as well. Because that not trading is not really for everybody. Like you have to actually put in the work, you have to be in here pretty much every day. You can't just stop trading. Um, a lot of people have been asking me if they can be a part-time trader. For me personally, I've been trading for a long time now. I don't think part-time trading is a real thing, honestly. I don't think it's a real thing because the market conditions change all the time. You have to refine your strategy, refine your trade psychology and stuff like that. I don't think you can trade part-time, guys. I know a lot of people try to sell you on like this part-time trading lifestyle. It's not part-time at all. Like even the swing traders, it's not part-time for them. They have to keep studying the charts. They have to keep following news events. They have to follow a lot of things. Even when I was trading on the 4 hour time frame, I was on the charts every 4 hours. I don't think there's any such thing as a part-time trader. And if someone tries to sell you on that, I think it's total BS. There's no way you can be a part-time trader. You can trade part-time like me. Like I trade for about an hour a day, but I'm not a part-time trader. I'm still like analyzing the charts. I know what's going on. Been trading for a long time. There's a market flow entry right here, guys. Just wanted to mark it up for you guys real quick. I'm not going to take it because you guys can see the volatility super low, but there is a market flow entry right here. So let me scroll up real quick. Sam is asking, hey, Sean, would you be able to take on international clients for your hedge fund? Yeah, I should be able to. I think NinjaTrader does accept international clients. So here's a market flow entry, guys. It just hit, or it's about to hit full TP. The market flow entry finally filled. Or I don't know if it filled on this candle, but if it did, it just came down and hit full TP right there. If you guys took the market flow entry. So yeah, back to Sam's question. He's asking if I'll be able to take international clients. For the most part, I'm pretty sure I can. I can't say for sure though, so I'm not going to say for sure yet. Again, we're kind of early in the process right now, so I got to figure out if NinjaTrader does accept international clients. I'm assuming they do. I don't think you have to be a US client to use NinjaTrader, or they do have different sister brokers and platforms that you can probably use that will link to NinjaTrader. Your account would just have to link to NinjaTrader. That's really what it is, because that's where I'm going to be executing all my trades. And where everything's going to be like pretty much where I'm going to be having all the data on. So I'll get back to you, Sam, once I get along that far. My first goal right now is really just to pass the test so I can start managing accounts legally, of course. There's a lot of illegal account managers out there that are not licensed to do that stuff. I'm doing everything through the legal route, of course. So once I figure out, Sam, I'll let you know. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be a workaround or some way to link an international broker to NinjaTrader. Steven's asking if you use another prop firm, would you manage it? No, 100% not managing any prop firm money, because the thing is, if I trade a prop firm account and they don't pay you out, how am I going to get paid out, right? That's why it needs to be a personal account. Hedge funds don't trade prop firm accounts. Like like if you look at any hedge fund, there's no hedge fund out there that trades fake money, or not. I wouldn't want to say fake money, but they don't trade not real money. Like you have to have actual money to trade with the hedge fund. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll down a little lower. Let's see. iPhone said, "Hey, joined late, so not sure if you talked about it, but your NFP prediction yesterday was spot on." Yeah, no, definitely. So our NFP prediction was spot on. If you guys, so I told you guys yesterday, or I told pretty much everybody here, if you want to take your the trade for NFP, it was going to be bullish. Like the reason that we saw it as bullish was because I pretty much looked at all the news from last week, and then we have lower interest rates coming out this month. So I just figured everything was going to be bullish. The news was actually negative, but the movement was bullish right here. So the 530 candle right here spiked up. So I think some of you guys here did take the buy and pass your accounts. I think Paradise over here, he passed 4 accounts this week. Not today specifically, but this week. He passed 1 take profit account and then 3 top step accounts this week. And then Jamie passed 1 250K Apex account. So yeah, good thing you guys followed my analysis on there and it played out perfect. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is it's just from experience. We've traded NFP for so long now, and I kind of understand how the market moves now with regard to seasons. So we're going into the fall season. I'm expecting there to be not necessarily super bullish, but I think towards December, the market's gonna be bullish. So if you look over here on the higher time frames, let's go and say like the daily, right? So on the daily over here, prices were tracing down a little bit. It might come down from September up until October, but once we get to November, it's going to swing back up. That's just traditional. That's the traditional market movement. And it typically does work out almost every time. I'm kind of curious now, because now that we have that situation, or actually, it's not going to work. I was thinking about opening another prop firm account that lets you swing trade and then buy the dips here as price continues to dip, and then basically hold on to it until next year, because eventually I'm expecting a bullish push. But then I would have to pass those prop firms first before I can actually, make money on them. Sorry, guys, back to the chart. There's still nothing going on here. So the market flow entry did come up. We had a sell signal, price retraced up. Market flow entry came up right there, came straight down to its full TP. Other than that, there's not really much else here to work with. We had another zone to zone entry right here, if you guys saw that. Price broke below, pushed to the lower end right there. So you guys can see the zone to zone strategy works pretty well, especially during a directional market. We haven't had a directional market for a while, so the zone to zone isn't something I necessarily looked at. We got another one right here. Price broke below. So I would expect this here to continue dropping to the next zone right there. As it continues to drop lower. Yeah, exactly. Jason said, "Hey, Sean, bottom line is if they want to invest, then invest. But worrying now, what if or what if doesn't make any sense. That is, if you trade yourself, just keep trading. If you're not a risk taker, don't take any risk. Simple." Yeah, exactly, Jason, 100%. That's the thing with trading, guys. Like with trading, there's always going to be a risk, right? There's no guaranteed profit. So like whether I trade for you, whether you trade for yourself, there's no guarantee here. You guys can follow my analysis here and see if it works out. Most of the time it does work out. So it's like trustworthy. And that's kind of how I built, that's kind of how I built this company. I built this company based on transparency. You guys have watched me trade live for about 8 years now. So like trading live every day for 8 years. So I'm not like a one hit wonder, right? I've been doing this for a long time, and I have all of the live sessions to back it up. So, like going back to what we were saying, what Jason said, like it's up to you guys. You guys can make the decision. If you want to take the risk on yourself, if you want to bet on yourself, I can teach you how to trade. If you don't want to take the risk in betting on yourself and you want to bet on me, then I could trade for you through the hedge fund. So there's just different options available. But I mean, either way, I'm here to help. And helping you guys it just works both ways, right? I help you guys learn. I learn from teaching. I trade you guys money. I make money off your money. So it's a win-win for everybody. All right, guys. So I think this might be it for the day. It's 7:30 right now. I'm not really seeing too much happening, and I'm not expecting any more movement here. At least not as much movement that I need for us to have any more entries. I also have to catch my flight, so I got to catch my ride back to the airport in a few minutes. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, going to wrap this up. Vimal said he took a sell and pass. Nice work, Vimal. Congrats. So yeah, back to what you said earlier, Vimal, like, the barrier of risk is a lot smaller when you trade yourself. Like you can literally just follow my live sessions. I give you guys a bunch of analysis. Like I'll show you guys entries for this. I'll show you guys entries for this sideways movement. I'll show you entries for my own market flows. There's just a lot of different opportunities here. I think for me personally, I think it's better to trade yourself because you have the knowledge, and you can also pass on this knowledge to whoever else wants to learn how to trade. The hedge fund is really just for people who don't want to trade. That's really what it is. For the most part, it's for the people who don't want to trade. Thanks, CJ. CJ said definitely happy with my trades today. Safe travels. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks, Joe. Definitely make my way back home so that we can get back to our normal schedule. Steven said last NFP on a Friday. It was so risky last month, and we didn't take any trades for today's NFP. How is that today's entries are reaching TP? Honestly, I don't even know what you just asked, Steve. To be honest, I don't even know what you just asked. But sorry, it's a typical Steven question. I mean, I don't know, Steven. I think we yeah, I don't know, Steven. The market's not always going to be the same way. Like not every NFP is going to be good, not every NFP is going to be bad. It's you can't predict the market, right? If you could predict the market, Steven, you'd be making your $1 million a day. And I would just be betting on you. We'll start the Steven hedge fund, and I'll just take opposite trades. How does that sound, Steven? I think you should do that, Steven. Like we've talked about this before in the past, all jokes aside, Steven is really good at calling bad trades, which is a skill, Steven, because if you're good at calling bad trades, you can just do the opposite. Like we talk about this almost every year. It's like we could start the Steven hedge fund, and then Steven will just do whatever you do, do whatever you think is right. And then the hedge fund does the opposite. So if you take a buy, the hedge fund will take a sell. You take a sell, the hedge fund takes a buy. And I just like, I'm dumbfounded because you can make a ton of money that way. I know we talked about this when we had the FTMO accounts, because I think we should, and this isn't even to like downplay anybody, like whoever's like the worst trader in our group, we should just like document your trades and do the opposite. So whatever analysis you do to find buys or whatever analysis you do to find sells, you can literally do the opposite. And like you can take like a dummy trade, take a dummy trade in whatever analysis you choose from, and then let the actual account do the opposite and just see how that plays out. And you can do that with your own copier. So if you want to test, like Steven, if you really want to test it out, I think this is something that you should test out. We don't even have to do it. Like you can test it out yourself. Set up a copier that takes opposite trades, and then just trade your account, and then see what happens with the other account. Just have two Apex accounts. One account does what you do, and then have the other one do the opposite. I'll almost guarantee you'll pass with flying colors. Uh, because it's a skill. I mean, it really is a skill. To call losers, like losing trades. You're basically a good trader. You're just like the opposite direction. Like for me, for example, if you were to take opposite trades to me, you'd probably lose trades, right? But if you take trades in my direction, it'll it'll go where it needs to go. But yeah, anyways, guys, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. We're gonna have to talk about that, Steven. We're gonna set up your I mean, you can do that, or you can do the same. You can just take two accounts on Apex and have them trade opposite. You don't have to use two different brokers. You can use the same broker. You just have the account copy opposite. You'll just put in ratio, but you'll put -1, so it takes the opposite trade. Maul's asking how's the stock investment performing? I mean, those are long-term trades of all. It's positive, but it's not a lot. I mean, it's going good because I'm doing like all I do is I buy blue chip stocks at a discount and then I hold on to them. But yeah, they're up like 100% over the past, I think, 8 to 10 years now. So it's not a lot, but it slowly builds up. Yeah, exactly. Drew said, think 401k. You make most of your money days. You make money most days, but the market drops heavy and you lose a lot. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Vimal is asking when do you sell them? That's the thing I don't. You can't, well, I mean, you can sell them, but it's an investment account. So you're not supposed to sell them until you're like 60. Yeah, Sam said if it ranges, you'll probably lose. All right, guys, it's getting a little late, so I got to head out. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll be back in the US in about 12 hours or so. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up and I will see you guys back here on